Have you ever wondered how submarines, those mysterious underwater vessels, were created and evolved over time? These enigmatic machines gliding silently beneath the waves are a testament to human ingenuity and technological prowess. Submarines, an integral part of maritime history, have been the silent observers and participants in some of the most pivotal moments of our past. From humble beginnings as mere concepts in the minds of visionary inventors, to the sleek, sophisticated vessels of today, the journey of submarines is a fascinating tale of innovation, resilience, and continuous evolution. These vessels have unlocked mysteries of the deep, served as formidable warriors in times of conflict, and even facilitated scientific research and exploration. They've allowed us to venture where no one has before, into the shadowy depths of our planet's vast oceans. So, let's dive into the depths of history to understand the genesis and evolution of submarines. The concept of underwater travel dates back to antiquity. The allure of the deep has always been a siren's call, captivating the minds of some of the greatest thinkers in history. Ancient civilizations, such as the Greeks and Chinese, were among the first to heed this call, making remarkable strides in exploring the possibilities of the underwater world. The Greeks, for instance, were known for their ingenuity in the realm of marine technology. They experimented with diving bells, essentially hollow objects designed to trap air, which allowed divers to breathe underwater for short periods. This was a major breakthrough, giving humans their first real taste of the world beneath the waves. Meanwhile, halfway across the world, the Chinese were also making their own contributions. They developed rudimentary snorkels and other diving equipment, allowing individuals to observe and interact with underwater environments to an extent that was previously unimaginable. Yet it wasn't until the 17th century that we saw the birth of the first known submersible, developed by a Dutch inventor named Cornelius Drebbel. Drebbel's creation was a rowboat encased in greased leather, designed to be partially submerged while maintaining an air pocket for the rowers. It was capable of remaining underwater for several hours, marking a significant leap forward in underwater exploration. These early submersibles were primitive by today's standards, but they represented a radical shift in our relationship with the ocean. They were the first steps in a journey that would eventually lead us to explore the deepest trenches of the ocean, unearthing secrets that had been hidden for millennia. So, while we marvel at the sleek, high-tech submarines of today, it's important to remember the humble beginnings of underwater exploration. The Greeks with their diving bells, the Chinese with their snorkels, and Drebbel with his submersible. These pioneers paved the way for the technological marvels we now take for granted. Though primitive, these early attempts laid the foundation for modern submarine technology. The 19th century heralded a period of intense experimentation in submarine design. As we delve into this era, we encounter a fascinating array of models and prototypes, each contributing to the evolution of the submarine in its own unique way. Let's start with the Turtle, named for its peculiar, rounded shape. This one-man wooden submersible was the brainchild of American inventor David Bushnell. Though it never saw successful combat during the American Revolutionary War, the Turtle was the first submersible to use water as ballast for submerging and surfacing, a technique still employed in modern submarines. Then there was the Nautilus, not to be confused with Jules Verne's fictional submarine. This real-life Nautilus was a product of the creative genius of Robert Fulton. Built in France in the early 1800s, it was the first to demonstrate practical underwater navigation. Fulton's Nautilus was powered by a hand-cranked propeller and used a collapsible sail for surface travel. Although it didn't secure the military funding Fulton sought, it was a significant step forward in submarine development. And then we have the Hunley, named after its financier, Horace Lawson Hunley. This Confederate submarine was the first to successfully sink an enemy ship in warfare during the American Civil War. Despite its success, the Hunley was fraught with danger. It sank 3 times during testing, leading to the loss of over a dozen lives, including Hunley himself. Nevertheless, its design, a hand-cranked propeller powered by a crew of 8, was a testament to the audacious spirit of innovation of the time. These 19th century inventors faced numerous challenges. From the lack of efficient propulsion systems to the absence of reliable air supply methods, each hurdle had to be surmounted. But they persevered, driven by the desire to conquer the deep. Their trials, errors, and eventual triumphs resulted in gradual improvements in design and technology. These experimental vessels paved the way for the submarines of the 20th century. Their legacy remains alive in every submarine that glides beneath the waves today, a testament to the enduring power of human ingenuity. The two world wars were a turning point in submarine development. As our world was plunged into global conflict, the submarine became a crucial player on the chessboard of war. No longer the experimental vessels of the past, submarines now played high-stakes games of cat and mouse in the deep blue. During World War I, the German U-boats, a nickname for Unterseeboot or undersea boat, became a symbol of the quiet, unseen menace lurking beneath the waves. These submarines were a force to be reckoned with. The U-boat campaign severely threatened Britain's crucial supply lines, and it was a U-boat that sank the Lusitania, an event that would ultimately draw the United States into the war. But it was in the Second World War where submarines truly came into their own. Advances in technology allowed for longer deployments, greater depths, and more deadly firepower. The Germans once again used U-boats to devastating effect, but this time they were not alone. The United States, Japan, and other nations also recognized the strategic value of submarines and developed their own fleets. The Pacific Theater saw some of the most intense submarine warfare of the war, with American submarines playing a key role in the defeat of Japan. These submarines disrupted Japanese supply lines, sank enemy ships, and performed reconnaissance missions. And then came the game changer: nuclear power. Towards the end of World War II, and in the years following, nuclear-powered submarines were developed, capable of staying submerged for months at a time. The USS Nautilus, launched in 1954, was the world's first operational nuclear-powered submarine and a marvel of modern engineering. These wartime submarines were more than just weapons. They were a testament to human ingenuity and resilience in the face of adversity. The challenges of war spurred on technological advances that might have taken decades in peacetime. The wars brought submarines to the forefront, proving their strategic value and sparking further advancements. The Era of War Submarines was a pivotal chapter in the history of these fascinating vessels, setting the stage for the modern marvels that we see today. In the post-war era, submarines have become increasingly sophisticated. The latter half of the 20th century brought about significant advancements in submarine technology. The advent of nuclear power, for example, revolutionized the world of submersibles. By harnessing the energy of atomic fission, submarines were no longer limited by the need for oxygen or frequent refueling. This propelled them into a new realm of endurance, enabling them to stay submerged for months on end. The nuclear-powered submarines of the Cold War era, like the American Nautilus and the Soviet November class, were not just marvels of endurance, but also of speed. Capable of cruising underwater at speeds that surface ships could only dream of, these submarines reshaped the landscape of naval warfare and global politics. The late 20th century also saw the rise of the ballistic missile submarines. Armed with nuclear weapons, these formidable vessels became an integral part of the strategic deterrence strategies of many nations. Silent and virtually undetectable, they patrolled the world's oceans, ensuring a second strike capability in the event of a nuclear war. But not all developments in submarine technology were driven by military needs. The deep-sea exploration submarines of the 21st century, like the Alvin and the Shinkai 6500, have opened up new frontiers in marine science. Capable of diving to depths of several miles, these submarines have brought us face to face with the mysteries of the deep, from bioluminescent creatures to underwater volcanoes. These modern marvels also incorporate advanced technologies like sonar for navigation and detection, and satellite communication systems for staying connected with the rest of the world. They're equipped with cutting-edge research instruments, including robotic arms, high-resolution cameras, and sophisticated sensors, enabling scientists to study the deep sea in unprecedented detail. From rudimentary submersibles to nuclear-powered vessels, submarines have come a long way. Over the centuries, they have evolved from simple machines to complex systems, embodying mankind's relentless quest for exploration and understanding. These amazing vessels not only reflect our technological prowess, but also our insatiable curiosity about the world beneath the waves. So, what does the future hold for submarines? As we gaze into the horizon, it's clear that the evolution of submarines is far from over. In fact, the future seems to be brimming with incredible possibilities. Imagine a world where submarines are unmanned, operated remotely or fully autonomous, thanks to the integration of artificial intelligence. These technological marvels would be capable of conducting complex missions, all while reducing human risk. But it doesn't stop there. Efficiency is another frontier to be conquered. We're looking at propulsion systems that could revolutionize the way submarines travel underwater. Think of energy sources that are more sustainable and efficient, reducing the submarine's environmental footprint while enhancing its endurance and speed. The future of submarines is not just about improving what we already have, but reimagining what's possible. As we continue to explore the mysteries of the deep, who knows what innovations the future may bring?